DreAllDay.com.
Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. I'm gonna tell you something that I heard from a really successful online marketing guy that any of us could apply to our own lives, even if you're not in online marketing. He was explaining that whenever you do, for those of you who don't know anything about online marketing, whenever you go to a website where somebody's selling something, even a blog post, the headline that people use, the SEO titles, and people run advertisements, like how they do their ads, what kind of picture you use, what you say in the video, all of that stuff is usually, if the person knows what they're doing, if they're putting money into it, they test those things. They test to see which headline gets more clicks, or which one produces more sales, or which one produces more subscribers. Whatever the outcome is they're trying to achieve, they test different elements and they change things up just to see what works best. And then there comes a point where you got to decide, like, what are you going to go with, what's working, what's not working, what we going to put money into, what we going to kill because it's not producing anything at all. And what the guy was explaining was that the principle that he was giving that I want to tell to y'all is called the data decides. The data decides. And what he said was, and this is something that is 1,000% true in life as well, is that amateurs, they decide emotionally what they're going to do, what's working, what's not working, and they'll just go with whatever they have emotionally decided based on their ego. So for example, the data says this headline A is the best headline for this website, but you didn't design headline A. You designed headline B, and you want headline B to be the one that works. So even though the data is telling you the headline A is the better one, you won't use it because it hurts your ego to say that my headline didn't work. That's a raw example, but this is something that happens with people all the time. Like an athlete came to me in a YouTube comment once and they said, I tried out for the basketball team and the coach didn't pick me. I was the only one who didn't get picked, but the people who did get picked, they can't even make a layup. That's what they said. Now, obviously this person was probably being sarcastic, or maybe they were emotional because they lost their chance to get on the basketball team. They got cut. But I said to them, okay, well, even if that's true, because I don't know, I wasn't there. I said, even if that's true, and everybody who made the team are people who can't make layups, well, look at yourself. They can't make layups, but you're the one who got cut. So how bad of a player must you be? If they're bad and they beat you for a spot, then that means you even worse than them. The data is always deciding what the outcome is. When I was in high school once, I tried out for the team and I didn't make it. And some dude who's in the same grade as me, he was like talking shit to me, trying to clown me about not making the team. And I was like, yo, and dude didn't even try out for the team. And I was like, yo, you didn't even try out for the basketball team. How you talking shit to me? You ain't even try out. And he was like, Dre, it's like you didn't try out. You ain't make the team either. So, and even though he was like, you could call that hating, or he didn't do nothing. He didn't even try to make the team. And I guess he felt like his lack of an attempt was an accomplishment, which it wasn't. That's a different topic. But the data said I didn't make the team. So the fact that I tried out in the end did not produce a result. So in a way, he was actually right. And this is the thing that we all need to be mature enough and disciplined enough to accept in our lives, that when we don't produce a result, or our results say what they say, whether it is a result, something maybe that we don't want, or no result whatsoever, we got to be mature enough and smart enough and disciplined enough. And if you run a business professional enough to look at the results of what we've done and say, you know what? The data says this isn't working. The data says I need to try a different approach. The data says whatever I thought was going to be the solution in this situation is absolutely not the solution. And I need to either scrap this whole thing, or I need to rework this part right here. I need to change this or change that or change that. We always got to look at the results that we're getting. And what happens with a lot of us in life, and I've been guilty of this, all of us have been guilty of this at some points in our lives, is that we do things and we have emotionally decided that that's the right thing to do. We decided that this is the direction that we need to go. But then the data, the results of what we do says, all right, that ain't working. But because we're emotional beings as human beings, we're not able to detach from our emotions We're not able to think logically because our emotions are stronger than logic. We just keep pushing on that thing that we decided on emotionally. I'm just going to do it this way because that's what I decided I'm going to do. And then it continues to not work and keeps not working. And what usually happens with a lot of people is that the shit just doesn't work forever and they never get a result. They eventually give up and they just say, well, this thing doesn't work. That must be what it is. This thing just does not work. When the actual issue is you didn't work. The actual issue is you allowed your emotions to overpower your logic. You didn't take the actions that you needed to take. Then you didn't get the result. And now you're blaming. Shit. Now you're blaming the situation. I'm trying to get to Miami Beach. They got roads closed off out here because I guess it's some kind of race. Maybe it's, I don't think it's a marathon yet. Maybe the half marathon today or some kind of bike race. I have no idea. But now I got to go this way. People beeping because they want me to move. Shut the fuck up. So, anyway, as I finish my topic, finish my point, you have to be wise enough to see what's actually happening and logical enough to quiet your emotions and say, all right, I thought things were going to work out this way. The results are saying that they're not going to work out this way. I need to do something different. I need to scrap the idea that I had and go a different route with this because that's what the results are telling me. The data always decides. So you right now, here's your action step after hearing all that. Look at the most important areas of your life. Now, you can do this with every area, but let's start with the ones that are most important because that's where you get the highest ROI, right? Most important areas of your life and ask yourself, am I getting the results that I want? And if you're an ambitious person with goals, usually you may be getting some of them, but not all of them, the results. And ask yourself the question, all right, what is the data telling me? What are the results telling me about what I'm doing? So the data, this guy, the online marketer, when he was saying data, he was talking about actual stats, like how many visitors to this web page? How many clicks are you getting? How many sales are you producing? How many leads are you getting? Actual hard statistics. But you can look at data. Look, trying out for the basketball team, there's some data that you get. What's the data? Either you made the team or you didn't. That is data. That's a result. So look at your life and ask yourself, what are my results telling me about my actions? And then ask yourself, what changes can I implement to in an attempt and aim to get some different results? You may not be right. And this is why in business, especially in online business, what makes online business so you can be a nerd and do really well in online business because it's all data driven. You can see the statistics for everything that you're doing. All right, what can I test to see if I can make this better? Maybe I need to change the price on my product. Maybe I need to change the headline on my website. Maybe I need to change from having a picture right here and put a video right here. Maybe I need to add 10 more testimonials. Maybe I don't have enough testimonials by women. Whatever it is, you need to test these things out in anything that you're doing. Because athletes will come to me and they maybe don't understand this concept. They'll say something like, well, I tried out for the team and I was a defensive player, but the coach only picked offensive players. So what is that telling you? What is the data telling you in that situation? The data is telling you that if you want to impress this coach, if you're right, the data is telling you to impress this coach, you need to do what? Play offense, because the coach picked offensive players. You were playing defense and it didn't work. So maybe playing defense, the data is telling you that that's the bad idea. But maybe your assumption is incorrect. So you got to test your assumptions. How do you test your assumptions? All right, next time be an offensive player. Let's see if that works. If you get cut again, hey, maybe you had the wrong assumption from the beginning. Now you got to test again. Now you got to test again. And you got to keep doing this until you hit on the thing that's going to work. The challenge that many people have in life, Napoleon Hill said this in one of my favorite books, it's called The Law of Success. If the first plan that you tried does not work, replace it with another plan. If that doesn't work, replace it with another plan. If that doesn't work, put out another plan and another plan until you ultimately find a plan which does work. The reason why most people in life meet with failure, and most people do meet failure in life and they stay there, is because they are unwilling to try something new. They're unwilling to be persistent and continually trying new plans to find something that actually works. Do not be that person. Work on your game.